Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a spicy brew built around a Trumpeting Carnosaur combo here with Molten Duplication. And this is sort of an old combo that has gotten some pretty sweet upgrades with Duskmourn now, with the Overlord of the Boilerbilges and Glassworks, as well as the Roaring Furnace, which are all really good, and Come Back Wrong, as well as really good additions to this combo deck, and an upgraded land here. So if you don't know how this combo works, is Trumpeting Carnosaur, when it comes into play, discovers 5, which means you go through the top of your deck until you hit a card that costs 5 or less, and you cast it for free. Now, Molten Duplication says it creates a token copy of an artifact or creature, except it gains haste, and then you sacrifice at the beginning of next end step. So essentially, if you can create your deck with this in mind, Trumpeting Carnosaur, the only card that it can hit is the Molten Duplications. It'll always target the Trumpeting Carnosaur. You'll create a token copy of it. It'll come into play. You'll discover 5, hit another Molten Duplication, create another haste copy of Carnosaur. If you have 4 of these left in your deck, you'll create 4 hasty Carnosaurs, and that's 28 haste trample damage that you can win pretty much instantly with. If you draw one of these, sometimes it's just 21 damage. You get 3 Carnosaurs, which is unfortunate, but oftentimes just playing the Carnosaur will win you the game. Now, the additional card I'm trying out with one of Come Back Wrong here, because it says destroy a creature, and a creature's put into the graveyard this way, then you return it back to the battlefield and sacrifice it at the beginning of next end step. So this is a kind of decent, 3-mana removal spell you can use on your opponent's creatures during the game. However, if you hit it off your Trumpeting Carnosaur, you can just target the Carnosaur, and then it'll come back and you'll get to trigger it, and you'll keep getting to discover into Molten Duplications. However, it can give you some extra value too with your Carnosaur, that if you play the Carnosaur and you hit Molten Duplications and the last card you hit is Come Back Wrong, then you can kind of get an additional removal spell out of your whole chain of Carnosaurs. So that's kind of why I'm trying the one of Come Back Wrong. Gets you extra value from your Carnosaur chain here. So, maybe you want to play more than one of these, but I'm just trying out one here to continue this chain. And we also have, so the new cards, again, are the Overlord, which is, if you don't know what these are all very powerful. This has impending 4 for 4 mana, so you can just play it as an enchantment, and it does 4 damage to any target. And then you remove an impending counter at the end of your turn, or you can pay it for 6 mana as a 5/5. And when it attacks or enters, you do 4 damage to any target. So a very powerful card. And kind of the key to this deck is that all the cards have to cost 6 or more. So how can you kind of have a functional deck? So this you can play on turn 4, right? The Rottenmouth Vipers you could play before turn 6, because as additional cost to cast them, you can sacrifice permanents. And some of the cool interactions here is that these new room cards, their total mana cost is the combined cost of both sides. So for example, this Glassworks Shattered Yard, mostly using it for the Glassworks side as a removal spell to do 4 damage to a creature. You can play this on turn 3, however, it doesn't get in the way of your discovering chain here with the Carnosaur. So you can just use it as a removal spell, and then you could activate the Shattered Yard, but also it can be an additional permanent to sacrifice to make the Viper a bit cheaper. And also the same with the Furnace, which is a pretty powerful, good card on the left side that does damage equal to the number of cards in your hand. 2 mana removal spell, kills most things, almost everything on turn 2, which is nice, but its mana cost is 7, so it doesn't interfere with this whole chain. So you can use that, and also it can be a permanent to sacrifice to Rottenmouth Viper to make it a little cheaper. Again, Phyrexian Fleshgorger has this prototype ability. Its actual cost is 7, but you can play it on turn 3 just to get a 3/3 Menace lifelink. And then the Virtue, its actual cost is 7, but you can use the adventure side to give a creature -3/-3 and gain 2 life. Very good against mono red strategies. That's why we have these early removal, because we really are wanting to not lose against the mono red decks that are very popular in best of 1 right now. And then push pull does a lot for this deck. It's kind of interesting that you can use it as a removal spell early on turn 2 if they've attacked you on turn 1 or 2 and they have a tapped creature, which can be quite useful, just to make sure you have some sort of way to defend yourself on turn 2. However, the pull mode is actually really quite good in this deck. If a a Fleshgorger has died, or an Overlord has died, a Viper has died, or a Carnosaur has died, or you have discarded it just to do damage, the pull mode can bring back 2 of these and instantly win. And again, if you're bringing back a Carnosaur, it's going to trigger the Discover, and then you're going to get all the copies of it too. So this card is quite useful and versatile in this deck. Very powerful strategy here. The Molten Duplications too, sometimes you do draw them, and they are quite good with the other creatures in the deck. So to Molten Duplication, a Rottenmouth Viper is very powerful, or an Overlord that's a creature, or a Fleshgorger can be decent, gain an extra 3 life, do extra 3 damage. So they do have some uses if you just draw them throughout the game and you target your own creatures with them. Mana base is pretty straightforward. A bunch of duels here. This new duel is really great in just a 2-color red-black deck, and then Fountainport just to, make some fish tokens, treasure tokens, maybe sacrifice them to draw some cards if you need it. So that is basically the deck. Let's jump into some games and see if we can Carnosaur combo some people in Standard. All right, Carnosaur combo on the draw. We got a nice 2-mana, 3-mana play, some lands. We'll give it a keep. Okay, there's an archive. So what does that mean? Blue-white, control of some kind? Oh no, maybe this is the Oculus deck. I'm gonna try to reanimate an Oculus next turn. Ooh, just a land, okay. Alright, swamp and pass. Nothing to kill. My virtues. Okay, nothing. Interesting. Alright, mountain and Fleshgorger. We have our 6th land here for the Carnosaur. But looks like they're running counter spells. Okay, interesting. Sir Newton. Okay, there's a Glassworks. Nothing to use that on at the moment. I should play the Fountainport. That's okay. Pass. We got enough fish, potentially. Don't think it'll matter too much, but... There you are, there's a bunch of lands. Moment of truth, okay. Main thing I want to do is resolve this Carnosaur. Unfortunately, drew one of the Molten Duplications, but there's still 3 in here. And we'll see. There's the Djinn. Sure. Alright, so... Well, that's interesting. And try to kill it with this. Which I think I will do. Yeah, I'd rather this get countered than the Glassworks here. Because, okay, well, see what they got. I guess they could have some way to save it. No? Okay. Alright, play the Fountainport and pass. Okay. Helping Hand brings it back. Do I think they have any sort of removal or... Let's see if they tap out. I mean, I hope they do. They do have counter spells. They leave up mana here. A little sketchy to try to go for the Carnosaur. There's a push-pull, though. Huh. I mean, this could be an initial way to try to kill this. I know they're running this card, so that's what makes me a little sketched out. Play the land. I'll just try to take it out. I'm going to assume they might have a counterspell here. If we go for Carnosaur, they counter it, then they're just hitting us. They draw more counters. That could be pretty bad. So just take out the threat here. The next turn we can definitely go for the Carnosaur. Seems like the smart thing to do. Oh, there's another helping hand. Okay. Alright, well. Again, we could try to pull this thing. Oh, there's another Glassworks. Wow, okay. I guess we just keep assuming that they have a counterspell, because they're really not tapping out, and they have a pass. They're not playing like the Prankster. I don't know. It's very sketchy. Very, very sketchy to me. Okay. Let's see what we got now. Another land would have been nice then, because then we could have used the Fountainport, but that's okay. Let's see what they're up to. Gonna use that Prankster. Okay, now we may know that they have this counter. Yep. But if they tap out... No, I'm not gonna tap out. I mean, I could just jam it, run it into the counter, and then try to pull it back the next turn. I don't know. I could just do this. Make a fish. Sure. Just go for this. This is a bit playing it very, very slow, but it does force them to literally hold up mana, so it's not bad. Unless they have a way to like bounce it or something. Yeah, that would have done that. End of my second main phase. Let's see. This they can use. Soul partition it? Okay. Well, they kind of bounced it. Interesting. Alright, I'm glad I didn't play at the Carnosaur. There's another Hottie and we have another Glassworks. And this, we can just replay this, right? I'll recommission another Hottie. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I think this is definitely a lethal attack. If we play at the Carnosaur now, we're gonna get 21 damage, so they have to block one. They'd have to block one of them. If we get lucky with the Carnosaur, I think I'm gonna go for the Carnosaur here. If we get lucky in our last card, there we go. Is a removal spell, then we will just win on the spot. So that would be pretty sweet to come back wrong. But we'll see if that's the last one we hit. Oh, there's a chance. Come on. Yes, we did it. Better lucky than good here. And come back wrong. Alright, so we won't win on the spot. They can still block. But we will get to kill both their guys. We'll get it back. Oh, actually, it makes this one cheaper. we will get to win on the spot. Okay. That's funny. That is hilarious. Alright. That should be 21 At least 21 coming in. A little extra with the trample. Nice. Opponent's like, shouldn't have tapped out. Didn't even realize that interaction myself with doing the Hollygen, but pretty funny. Alright. On to the next one. Alright, Carnosaur combo on the play with removal and a Molten Duplication. Sure. Might not be great. I don't know. We'll see. We got our colors. We got something on turn 2. Okay, that's good that we have all this removal and playing against mono red, actually. Still might not be enough, of course, but it's better to have this hand against an aggressive deck than a non-aggressive deck, so. Alright, we'll take 1. So we got more removal lined up. Hopefully they don't like plot and slick shot. Oh, okay. I was just going to say that plotting and slick shot would be bad for us. But playing a slick shot, fine for us. Totally fine. Maybe we'll just yeah, it's tapped, so we'll take it out this way. Use the push pull. And then Roaring Furnace. Let's see what they have here. Okay, they got the green mana. Okay, then the Scamp. Okay, Fleshgorger or just kill the Scamp? Probably just kill the Scamp. Yeah, when in doubt, kill the Scamp. It's a freaking scary card. Can do a lot of damage with Leyline out. I don't think they can pump it up more than 4 toughness. They might have like a Snakeskin Veil, maybe? Maybe, let's see. A turn inside out. Oh wow, okay, so that's gonna get them 2 2/2s. Well, at least they used up the Snakeskin Veil. 2 cards for 2 Manifest Dreads. And then 7 damage to me. Yeah, that's a pretty good exchange for them. Alright, play the land. And then see what else they got. Let's see. Yeah. Push pull. Hopefully no more instants and sorceries. Otherwise we may just be dead here. Okay, not dead. And these aren't creatures they flipped up. Okay. That's something. Let's just try to kill them, I think. Really want this to resolve, so maybe I'll do this one first. I don't know, I'll try this one, it's all random. Okay. What you got? I'm gonna flip it up to a Charger, okay. Okay, that didn't do anything. And then not doing this, so I had got a sense they have another pump spell. Flip it up into a Scamp. Oh, okay. Well, I targeted the right things with the right removal. I'm not sure why they didn't flip up the... whatever. Alright, not gonna question. Just gonna play out the Fleshgorger. And do I just want to Molten Duplication it? Now? Sure. Why not? Yeah, sure. Just get in there for 3. Gain 3. Oh, they had enough. Alright. Nice. On to the next one. Alright, Carnosaur combo on the play with a bunch of removal and Fleshgorger. Looks good. We need another black source here, though. Looks fine. We'll see. see what we draw. Devil Ann's hair. Is the ghost? Googly eyes versus lantern. Alright, play the land. See if they have a target for our removal. No. Okay. Nothing yet. Carnosaur's a good draw, though. Well, not two Carnosaurs. Can't really play any anything here. Fortunately. Fountainport. Well, still can't play anything. Just draw a go here. Okay, that actually helps me quite a bit. I don't think they realize that, but thank you. That is useful. Take the swamp. Maybe go down to one. Oh, they also have Fountainport. Bandit's Talent. Yes, happy to discard stuff. I'm not really sure. Maybe one of these virtues seem like they're doing too much. Level it up. Okay. There's a draw. Let's go. I think we just impend this, maybe? Maybe we want to save that damage for something. Yeah, sure. We'll just play out this Fleshgorger. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I got the other one. That's totally fine. Now we have double red. Perfect. Kind of helping us out with the demolition fields. Fixing our mana for us. Alright, they probably have a removal. Yep. So they do. Alright. We just go face here. Got to take down on this. Need to hit a land. Let's see. Yep, virtue, virtue. Cool Claws Heist. Okay. Draws me a card. That's nice. Would you like Carnosaur, Carnosaur, or Carnosaur? I have a feeling they're going to take the Carnosaur. Which, unfortunately, then they can play the Carnosaur, but... No. Wow, they're going to take... They're going to take that. Okay. Just to maybe draw some cards. Interesting. Okay, Liliana take up.
Enough with the mysteries.
Definitely discarding a virtue here. Ooh. Push pull. This can target planeswalkers. Okay. That's good to know. 2 counters. Discard Disfigure. Which figure? Oh, discard this other virtue. And its talent. Let's see. Do I want to discard the push pull? It's kind of the same thing. I'll discard a Carnosaur. And then... Yeah, I think discard another Carnosaur. Just because I can get him back in the graveyard. Yep. Level up. Do we need to be worried about this? Or should we keep this in hand? So it's going to go to 6 next turn. And then... That'll tick up. This is only if we have 1 or fewer. So no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it for now. Okay, there's a land. That's good. Need another land off the top. should win us the game. Do we have... yeah. That should do it, but we'll see. Okay, there's a Vine Lasher. Interesting. Kick that. And make me discard. I think we just discard the Carnosaur.
Drop it.
This way we can bring back... we can assuredly have a lethal attack with this. Although, I think maybe we should have kept the Carnosaur. Because now they can ultimate this. This doesn't do Planeswalker. And no land. So... I guess we'll play... we're not going to play it. I'll just pass. Yeah, keeping the Carnosaur was probably a little better. Alright.
Your friends has to leave.
Can't ultimate it, so we still... oh, there's the land. There is the land. Oh, they... yeah, exile... the exile... oh, they exiled the wrong one. That is an oopsie. I mean... oh, there's a duplication, but... like, this by itself is... ridiculous. Let's get these two back. I know they don't have anything they can do to respond to this, so... right? Yeah, they just have sorcery speed. So, duplication... it's gonna be so much damage. And come back wrong, sure. Yeah, I'm sure. It has come back wrong, and it is discovering its true essence as a Carnosaur. And I think we have one more. I believe, yep. Or is there one more? I could target this, that's probably good too. Man, that's a lot of damage. There's one in hand. Yep. The old salt rope. Yeah, definitely. Definitely didn't think I was going to win this one, or definitely shouldn't have won this one at least. They definitely shouldn't have given me the push pull. But it is a nice card to have in the deck as removal, and like for situations like this where you're kind of playing off the top against a discard deck. You already have a Carnosaur in your grave, and you're just like, gotcha. Or you have an Overlord or Viper. Those are all pretty darn good targets to bring back. But yeah, they are salt roping, which is fine. They only have one timeout. They have earned quite a few timeouts. They're playing quickly. But yeah, the push pull is kind of cool. It can be removal early, and then late game just come back. All these virtues are pretty useless, but Fleshgorger is good. Come back wrong is kind of cool with Fleshgorger too. Oh no, it doesn't give it haste, so it doesn't quite work, but it does sort of blink it back to its, I was just thinking, it blinks it back to its prototype version. But works with Carnosaur. It can be kind of cool if they have like a Cacophony Scamp and you go come back wrong on their Cacophony Scamp and then it dies again. You can do damage to something else that has one toughness. That's kind of sweet. But let's see. This duplication will resolve, I believe. There we go. Discover. Yeah, nothing left. Nothing left to do but attack. Face. GG. Alright, the old salt rope. -19. On to the next one. Alright, Carnosaur combo on the draw. We do have the Carnosaur in the opener, so guess we'll try it. This is a kind of a slow hand. Nothing on. We can use these for removal, but we'll see what our opponent's on. Hopefully something a little not mono red. But knowing best of one, probably mono red. No? Oh, not mono red. Oh, bad draw. Okay. Play out the mountain. So, okay, looks like a green-black sort of mid-range type of thing. So we can use this for removal, or we can play out a Fleshgorger. Yeah, I think we'll just play this out. We can duplication it if we wanted to. Okay, nothing on their side. Okay, what you got? Go swing in. I think I'm just not going to block. So I can get the life back by attacking here, and this kind of can come back when it dies. Essentially, so I think I'm just going to play out these Fleshgorgers. And, okay, make them use the removal. Let's play out another one, most likely. Let's see. What's on top? We need one land. Okay, that's good. We want to get to that land. So we'll play out this. Now, let's see. We're up to again. I think we'll just take. Hostile Investigator. Okay. I will discard the duplication here. Alright. So we could swing and play the Viper. Or we could just use this for removal. Or hold back. Right now this is going to give us 3, so 21 trample damage is pretty good. I think we'll just swing here. And pass, hold up the Carnosaur. Yep, and they can swing at me. I think I'll just wait and see what they do. They have like a deep cavern bat. I think I want to take that out. Ooh, or a Glissa, yeah. That I think I want to take out here, because that can block one of my copies without them taking any damage. Oh yeah, I discard, so they get a token. Okay, so this should be lethal. Carnosaur here. Let's see what we hit. Should be enough. Duplication. Alright, come back wrong. Yep, on the Carnosaur. And it is back. Another duplication. And there should be one more duplication in here. Okay. Should be 21. 24 damage. Yep, that's about it. Alright. GG. On to the next one. Alright, Carnosaur combo on the draw. This hand looks fine. Got some removal. Keep the swamp. And a Viper on turn 5. Potentially. Okay, we're not up against an aggressive deck at all, so that's not good, but I'm not going to just play that out. Assuming they might have something. Oh, this is like the blue-green beanstalk deck. It has a bunch of like counters and stuff, I believe. Those creatures that count the number of card types. Well, there's a Carnosaur. So now do I just throw out this to cast a Viper next turn? I think so. In the case that I draw a land. Not a very good play, but I have other removal, I guess. So I'm just going to try to do this. There's a Tolarian Terror. I guess in that case it would have been better to save it. But let's see. Double Tolarian Terror, sure. Okay, there's a land. So I actually can play a Viper. I don't think there's any 1-mana counterspell for this, so this will come to play. They could bounce it, I'm assuming. I have some sort of bounce spell here. Yep. Well, that's good. Got that out of the hand. A land could potentially be quite good for us here. In terms of, nope. No land. Well, we can try to kill one with push-pull, I guess. That's basically our only option. Okay, the 2. Let's see if this resolves. If not, pack it up. Pack it up, pack it up. Alright, Carnosaur combo on the play with a Carnosaur in the hand. Nothing on turn 2, but we do have a turn 3 play on the play with a Carnosaur. We'll try it out. Still figuring out how to mulligan with this deck. Probably just want another land here or something on turn 2. Trying to hit our land drops. Okay. Against maybe blue-white, something. Other land is good, I think. No? Okay. Ooh. Infect of some kind. Poison. Do have an answer here, which is nice. So take that down. And then we can go Overlord next turn. Pretty good for their next whatever. Alright, there's another one. Okay, there's the Furnace. Alright, let's try the Overlord. Impending. See if they have a response. They might have a protection spell. Let's see. Yep, shore up. Sure. Okay, so we're going to take a hit here for 2. Toxic. Skrell's Hive. Sure. Okay, 18. And then try to do some more removal on here. A Roaring Furnace. Let's see if we can get some damage. They're gonna bounce it. Oh, well, that's okay. That worked out fine. Play the land and pass here. And level this up, I suppose, if we need to. Can't undo the Sauna in this mana base, but there's a Rot Priest. I don't think we want to use the Carnosaur. I think we want to just hope to hit a land here. Ooh, well, have to be more specific. Okay, removal spell. I think we just take out the Singer and play the land. And oh shoot. That's exactly what we didn't want. Gosh, That is unfortunate. On the graveyard. Yeah, that's not good, not good. Okay. And end turn. Can use this if we need it, but I think we should be able to get there just by making a bunch of Carnosaur copies anyways. So there's 2 Molten Duplications left in the deck. That's like 14 damage, unfortunately. Alright. Making pump. Go down to 5, or go up to 5. And now another land. And then, so play the Carnosaur here. Should at least give us a blocker. Unfortunate we drew all those Molten Duplications. Alright, target. Okay. And target. This does mean that the last hit here is going to be the comeback wrong. So we could target the Rot Priest. And then get a Rot Priest. Up to 6. Play the land and swing for 14. Not quite lethal, but should be next turn. Yeah, sacrifice. Yeah, he's gonna make a Murex. I have 1 blocker back. So they need, no, sorry, 2 blockers back, the Overlord. They need something. Otherwise, this just gets them on the swing back. Yep. Block and block. Go to 7. They can pump, but that doesn't really do much. Alright. Good game. GG. Hello, welcome back to the wrap-up for our Carnosaur combo. This was a sweet one. It played out okay. It's a little bit of a clunky deck, really, because, you know, obviously you have such a big deck building restriction. You can't really play anything that costs 1 mana, for instance, because everything has to cost 6 or more. This is a pretty good way to kind of cheat on these costs, and it worked out decently in some of the games, but you know, it's kind of a clunky deck, kind of a clunky strategy. Any changes I might make? I feel like the mana base is pretty decent. Maybe these Vipers were kind of not so good. They were kind of a little clunky, like I was saying. You could go up to 4 Overlords, maybe cut a Viper. You could experiment with more comeback wrongs too. This card was kind of strong when I needed it at the end of a chain of Carnosaurs. So I think if you increase the number of these, it would increase the chance is that you end your chain with one of them. And it's a decent removal spell. So maybe you could kind of cut the Vipers, maybe cut the Glassworks for more comeback wrongs, something like that. That could be a way to kind of modify it and see if that works a little better. But I don't know. Overall, I don't think it's like a super competitive strategy, but it is a pretty cool, interesting one. And yeah, I kind of actually thought it might play out a little better than it did. But you know, I think sometimes it's just like really awkward too when you just like draw the Molten Duplications. You really want them not in your hand most of the time. So that is kind of an awkward aspect of the deck. But yeah, let me know what you think about the deck in the comments below. Any changes or cards I wasn't thinking about that could be useful here. You could dip into other colors as well. That's definitely an option. I thought about doing that, but overall, I thought just like keeping it 2 colors would be fine, and there's enough kind of good cards. You know, you could even splash blue for the Sauna here if you wanted to do that and change the mana base that way. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about the deck. Really appreciate you watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.